Hey guys, it's Tom. I'm here today to show you guys how to install some quick releases on your bumper. Bumper's over here. Because, well, we've run into some clearance issues. See, I put some slightly wider tires on, and now I'm rubbing on the clip, or the bolt, the screw, whichever, that holds the bumper to the rest of the car. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that. Pretty easy. I think it took me maybe an hour worth of work for both sides total. And a lot of that was really just sitting there trying to commit to the bit to actually like drill into the bumper. Yeah, let's get into it. It's pretty simple. Okay, so I got a bunch of these. By bunch, I mean 4. All they really are is these little quick releases. Not sure if that's focusing, but essentially it's just a little button that goes on this stud here. And it's threaded the whole length, so you can kind of adjust the depth that you need to get it so it's all aligned. Now if we take a look, I've already gotten started. And this you should be able to do pretty much without any guidance. Is we got the stud installed there. All I did was I removed this little piece, which is what the bumper would normally rest on, and it's kind of like a homing device in a sense. So just kind of pop that out. There were some tabs on the back. I was fighting it for a few, like maybe 10 minutes, just to realize there's these little tabs that I gotta push in. So that's what I did. That's a good spot because it's not too far from where the bumper would secure anyways. So it's gonna hold a nice alignment on that body part. All right, and so what we're gonna do, of course we're gonna have to drill through the bumper, and that's a bit of a pain, but there's one way that we can make that a little bit easier. You can pretty much use anything that's kind of like paint or grease-like. So today I'm gonna be using some dielectric grease. It'll work nicely, it'll go right on. We're basically gonna put that on the stud, on the end of the stud, and then we're gonna put the bumper, or this works for any part really. You're just gonna put it back where you want it to sit, and then you're gonna pull it back off, and you're gonna see it's gonna leave a little bit of whatever you put on the end on the piece that you're gonna drill out. And that's gonna show you where to put your hole and all that good stuff. What the hell is that? Excellent. Okay, and so now that we've got the little part that we need to drill marked, now that it's all marked, we're gonna go ahead and take a center punch so that we can actually get the very center of the part before we start drilling. Just by pressing this in, I was able to make a little indent, and that'll work nice. And that should work nicely for drilling a hole. So now we just gotta drill that hole. We're gonna start with a small bit so that we can start with a more controlled drilling experience. And then we'll size it up from there. Alright, now we've got our step bit on the drill. We're gonna just work our way through. We're gonna go slow though, because we want to make sure we don't overshoot, because that's really tricky to recover from. Okay, so I've got the front side, or the outer side, whatever you want to say, of the bumper drilled to the right size. Now we're gonna have to go through the back so that it goes all the way through, because this is kind of tapered, so it's just getting smaller the deeper you go into the bumper. So let's take care of that. Got it in. We're gonna tighten it up, and we're gonna just try seeing how it does. So now whenever I want to release my bumper, all I do, I press on this. Okay, it worked perfectly that time. But yeah, that's ideally how it would work. You just press that and it comes off. Yeah, this is the other thing with them, is they're a little tricky. There we go. To put them on. If they get stuck, you just have to push the button in further, and then it'll click on correctly. Now don't go stealing people's bumpers at car meets just because you see these things. I'm watching you guys. So yeah, it really is just pretty simple to put those quick releases on your bumper. The biggest thing is it's just really tricky in your head to start drilling through your bumper, especially if it's in fine condition to begin with. Yeah, it works well. It's holding the bumper in place. You can adjust them in or out if you need to get that alignment set just how you want. They're a little tricky for some reason to take off and put on. I think it's just because like they're at an angle and they don't really slide that nicely. But yeah, they've held and they look fine. Now for those of you that don't follow me on TikTok or don't use TikTok at all, as you can see, I've supercharged this stupid van, and well, it's not been a perfect experience so far, but I'm gonna be doing a video on it fairly soon.